titles, 2 tournament and 1 regular season. So they are not lacking confidence, and John Poulikitis is a big-time player. Ask the Auburn Tigers, a career-high 28 points last year in their first-round win of the NCAA tournament.
Averaging 20 through the first 2 games this season. Number 4 in blue. We'll talk about him as he gets the ball. Berg and is fouled by John Poulikitis. And if you're Matt Painter, you'd love to see Poulikitis get into early foul trouble and really limit what he could do offensively.
Absolutely. And right there, just great recognition by Trey Kaufman-Renn. That post double is coming. That was pretty far off the block. And credit Will Berg. He just dug in there, ducked in, and had great position on his defender.
Berg at the line, 2 of 7 this year, now 2 of 8. There's James Jones in his 26th season, the all-time winningest men's coach in Yale history. 6 regular season crowns, 3 Ivy tournament crowns. He has done it all, he's seen it all, and he's been a huge success, going for win number 398 in his career tonight.
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job. Multiple NCAA tournament wins, and just a guy that has taken this Yale program and elevated it in such a big way.
Samson Alaton will spin it around to Yacine Garam.
Yale, a team that can be tough to guard. They'll play you 5 out, they'll get you in space, and they've got multiple guys that can drill it from 3, especially this guy here.
Poulikitis with his first shot, and the rebound tipped out to Poulikitis. Good work inside by Alaton to keep that alive. Now backing it out, Mbang. The skip over to Garam. Garam will drop it off underneath. Beautiful ball movement, and Alaton with the 2.
And an emphasis for the Yale Bulldogs on taking care of the basketball. They were sloppy with it at UIC, uncharacteristic, were fantastic taking care of it last year. Garam had 5 turnovers himself, but they're
SWB audio.
Up Alaton beautifully.
Here's Trey Kaufman-Renn, finds the open man, Jakari Harris with the 3.
Well, that's 2 possessions where Trey Kaufman-Renn has just totally set the table for others. That double is coming, and he is finding his teammates.
With Baz Mbang, twice the Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. He's had some turnover problems in the first 2 games. 12 assists, 12 turnovers.
Crazy, because he only averaged 1.8 last year. He was way better. And some of that is definitely, you lose August Mahoney, you lose Danny Wolf. Those guys made plays for this team last season.
Well, you can see the emphasis early. They're going to challenge the young Will Berg with Alaton inside.
For Will Berg, it's just got to be about being solid. And that's certainly something, and part of that is on Braden Smith. He's got to wait for Will Berg to come over and get set. But for Berg, it's got to be about defending, making guys score over the top of you, rebounding the basketball. You know, I think Purdue fans have become so accustomed to, well, our center is dominant, whether that was A.J. Hammonds or Isaac Haas or, you know, obviously Zach Edey. But for this team, Will Berg just needs to be a guy that plays his role.
Pass out of the double, and finishing it off inside is Alaton.
Alaton was averaging 1 point per game, has only taken 2 shots on the year, and here early, we're not even to the 16th timeout. He's already taken 2 or 3 shots.
You can see his athleticism. James Jones said he's one of the most athletic guys on this team. Had some limited time last year, but he's really blossoming so far tonight. As the short shot is rebounded by Poulikitis.
I don't like Trey Kaufman-Renn fading away there. I'm all for him getting to his right jump hook, but a nice job by Nick Townsend just pushing him off his spot and making him fade away from the rim.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
The game plan early for James Jones. Take advantage of Daniel Jacobson's absence and go right after Will Berg. Here's Braden Smith looking for a 3. He'll find it at the top of the key, and Purdue up 1.
And Bez Mbang was looking for any reason to go under there. And with Braden Smith, he's so comfortable shooting off the bounce. You go under, he'll make you pay for it.
5 of 11 from 3 in the early stages of this season. Mbang pushed out by Smith. Townsend. Drop off to Townsend for 3. The answer short, and the rebound to Harris. Now look at the push. Yale gets back quickly. Kaufman-Renn drop off to Berg. Berg with the finish. What a find. Kaufman-Renn helping others again.
Yeah, he caught that thing in the post.
What a find. Kaufman-Renn helping others again.
Yeah, he caught that thing in the post. His eyes are up. His vision is there. And that was a rocket over there to Will Berg.
Seen Garam averaging 8 points per game in the early going. There's Townsend, the kick into the corner for Mbang. Mbang, a step through to the rim.
Yale's going to test your defense. They'll move it from side to side. I said it earlier, they're going to play 5 out, and these guys, they can play off a closeout. Mbang has made some shots here early. Wasn't a great three-point shooter last year, but Purdue closing out hard. He just drives that thing right to the rim.
Fletcher Lawyer hoists one up from the elbow and good.
But Fletcher Lawyer has been on fire to start this season. 63% from the field, 70% from 3. He is in quite the rhythm to start his year.
18.5 points per game this year for Lawyer through these 2 games.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Berg over to help. Garam with 7 to shoot. Berg turns him away. Here's Alaton, the floater, a little strong, and a rebound ripped down by Jakari Harris.
He just feasts on drop coverage. That big is deep, and if Will Berg can set any type of good screen, it's going to be an opportunity for Braden Smith to come off and knock down shots with his jumper.
Garam, baseline drive, trying to hit Alaton. Good recovery and a whistle foul inside. Timeout on the floor in West Lafayette.
Boy, Trey Kaufman-Renn wheeling and dealing early, not for himself, but for others. 2 assists to start this game. And then Braden Smith feeling it early. That jumper is going. He's coming off, nobody there. Smith's drilling it. But we hung out with the divers a lot when I was in school here, and every one of them raved about what
SWB audio capture, not registered.
It's a fight that we've got to beat, and certainly everyone is in his corner because what he's given Purdue and what he's done for this community, and he has been phenomenal, and he needs and deserves all of our support. So I am glad to see the Purdue community rallying behind him.
Now, this was the tweet that was sent out from Purdue's men's swimming and diving. That list of accomplishments is long and robust. Lawyer over to Smith for 3. Short on that one, and the rebound ahead to Gore on his way up, and that'll be 2 on Fletcher Lawyer.
Yale doing a nice job there of just keeping their eyes up the floor. Shooter went down, and that meant that Yale, there was nobody back on defense. See Mbang showing off just how athletic he is there, taking some contact, and he's getting up a little bit shaky, but there's Mbang. Boy, he wants to play in transition, and Yale going to be a team that is opportunistic.
Mbang gets to the line a lot, Rob. 17 for 22 in 2 games this year.
He's a physical driver, so when he puts the ball on the ground, man, he's going to grind you out. He's going to really make you feel him, and with that style of play, he draws a lot of fouls.
Didn't have a great shooting season last year. Really, his sophomore year was his best shooting year. He's been a terrific defender his whole time with Yale, but James Jones saying he expects him to rekindle this year some of that shooting from his sophomore season. And the rebound pulled down by Miles Colvin off the second miss. So Lawyer sits down with those 2 fouls.
We saw this a little bit from
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Everybody at all times on the same page from a play perspective. You could see Braden Smith still very animated with C.J. Cox. He's just not in the right spot.
Casey Simmons ends up committing the foul. If you recognize that name from Big Ten basketball lore, that's the former Northwestern Wildcat, Casey Simmons. Inbound, out of bounds. Another unforced error for Purdue. It's one of the things Matt Painter was talking with us about earlier today. Those turnovers have got to be something they get under control soon.
And they're totally correctable, but you know, at some point you got to say, all right, we've got to stop throwing the ball all over the place here, and it's an under out of bounds. Get the basketball in.
Simmons will take it, hand it off to Seliskar. On the curl, it's Garam who has it taken away. Braden Smith will push it up the floor. First Yale turnover, and Smith will go to work in the half court. Spinning on Garam to the foul line. Wild shot.
Ram was right there step for step, even on that spin. He contested that shot.
Ram doesn't have numbers, doesn't care. He's going to drive it in anyway, and he lost it out of bounds. It was 1-on-4 as he went up.
He said maybe not numbers for you, but numbers for me.
Substitution, Raleigh Burgess in for the first time, the 6'11 freshman. How much do his minutes go up, Rob, with the injury to Daniel Jacobs?
No, they certainly do. You know, I think even like a guy like Cam Heidi's minutes will go up because he'll see some time at the 4 now. You know, there was a serious logjam. It has kind of cleared itself up.
Scar way off on the 3 from the wing, and there's Caleb First, another guy who's going to play a larger role perhaps for Purdue this year. Braden Smith, the skip out to C.J. Cox for 3.
That's a good look right there. Braden Smith read that perfectly. They take away the roll man.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Everybody on the same page on that play. Mbang back up top. This is Jack Malloy way off.
Some of these misses for Yale have been wild.
0 for 4 now from 3 for the Bulldogs. Smith around the Burgess screen. Finger roll to the rim. Burgess there for the offensive rebound, and a foul inside. Looked like Jack Malloy with a little nudge as Burgess went up. Well, you talked about that log jam, and you never want to see anybody get hurt. That's not what you're saying, I know, but the front court depth, there are players there to try to overcome what you're missing with Daniel Jacobson out.
Absolutely. You know, Caleb First was looking at his minutes had dwindled through the first game. He didn't play all that much, so it's kind of cleared a bit. Now, you could easily throw Cam Heidi in there, and Purdue now also with the opportunity to go small and play Coffin right at the 5.
Braden Smith continued to launch threes. He's got 9 in this first half. Not 9 threes, but 9 points. 9 threes would be a much larger score.
Math major in Nebraska, you were.
I'm telling you. Not easy, but somebody had to do it. Oh, Pulikitis way off balance, decided he had to throw up the shot, but almost went in. And there to follow it up is Alaton, and he'll go to the line for 1 more.
Pulikitis like step-backed him.
And he'll go to the line for 1 more.
Pulikitis like step-backed himself out of balance, and he still put it up. He is a tough shot maker. This is by far the best that Samson Alaton has played all year long. Played behind Danny Wolf last season. They've been active looking for him. This time active on the glass. And Purdue, who's been such a traditionally good rebounding team the last couple seasons, Zach Edey's no longer here, and those rebounding numbers certainly down. That's a cause of concern for the Boilermakers as well.
Alaton had 2 field goal attempts in the first 2 games. He has 8 in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Yale has looked to get his offense going.
He seems to have relished the opportunity so far. Here's Burgess. He'll get it off to Smith.
I want to see Cam Heidi find an easy bucket. That just would be something. A lot of new faces, a lot of talent, though, in Piscataway.
Well, let that team grow a little bit. With Steve Peichel at the helm, I'm anxious to see what they look like when conference play really gets going in January.
Yale's got to get this guy going. Pulikitis has taken some wild shots. There he drew 2 and got a good look for Nick Townsend.
Townsend can hit that. He comes up empty on that 3. And C.J. Cox will navigate it up the floor.
Yale's shooting 41% from 3 on the year, and they're 0 for 7 from 3 tonight.
And most of those shots have been wild.
Yeah, they have. That was one of the few good looks they've had.
Here's Berg at the top 10 to shoot for Harris. Harris around the Berg screen. Hunting that 3, and Alaton, who's played a whale of a first half, gets the rebound. His second board to go with 9 first half points.
I almost wonder, was he like sick the first 2 games,
right,
or hurt? Because he's looked like a different player. And they were high on him at the NCAA tournament last year. He played behind Danny Wolf, but a lot of ability.
Turnover as they tried the skip pass. 3rd Yale turnover, and now Purdue on the run. Cox around the Berg screen, step back with the challenge in his face, and he drains the 2.
He is a very, very good mid-range shooter, and you could just kind of see it there in C.J. Cox's eyes as he brought that ball down the floor. He was looking for his own offense.
Townsend, back out it goes. The spin around to Mbang.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
On the floor. Well, let's go back to that mid-range game of C.J. Cox. I love a good mid-range game.
We've seen this all night long. Any pick and roll, Yale is going to be in drop coverage, so that big is back. And if you set any type of screen to pick off the defender, and there you see Will Berg finding the body of Trevor Mullen, you are going to have opportunities, and that's C.J. Cox's bread and butter.
But Cox will sit down, second foul, so 2 on Cox and 2 on Lawyer. A little early foul trouble for the Boilermakers.
You feel like with both Jakari Harris and C.J. Cox, they're still trying to figure out at the college game when to pick their spots and be aggressive defensively.
Boulakidas launches and hits the 3.
Can't lose track of him. Braden Smith gets caught ball watching just a little bit, and any type of daylight for Boulakidas, he can make you pay.
Well, his head coach says, we expect him to be the toughest shot maker in the league, and you can see he's going to take the toughest shots in the league for sure. Heidi will try the 3. Rolls in and out. Good look.
He did. He just got to see one go down.
Karam will push it up the floor. Entry to Townsend. Spins through traffic. My goodness.
Take you to the
Spins through traffic. My goodness.
Take you to the middle, spin you back, and then just step right through as that help comes over. Nick Townsend undersized at 6'7", but certainly tough and a guy that can play inside and out.
Kaufman-Renn.
What a cut there.
Beautiful cut. A good feed from Kaufman-Renn right at the waist of Braden Smith in the foul. Go back to that footwork from Nick Townsend on the other end.
You can go either hand, so as a defender, you've got to respect both his right and left jump hook. You can see Heidi is sitting on that top side. Help comes over, and Townsend with the footwork, just stepping through. I love using Trey Kaufman-Renn really as a screen there. You know, Braden Smith rubs right off and takes that to the basket. That's essentially you're the screener and the passer at the same time. Good offense by Purdue.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
To show his entire arsenal. We saw bits and pieces of it over the first couple of years, but this feels like the year where Trey Kaufman-Renn really blossoms.
Well, they need him to be the guy in their front court. And with Edey here for the last couple of seasons, he's been overshadowed. The Illinois game stands out as one where he really impacted it with his scoring last year, but he's got a lot of ability. I think in short rolls, there's a lot of potential for him, especially when teams are aggressive trapping Braden Smith. It's going to be fun to watch kind of his maturation as a player now as he gets more of a chance to show what he can do.
Hasn't scored yet tonight, but he's already impacted the game in a big way. Boulakidas, step back 3.
Boulakidas for the most part here, except for the 1-3 knockdown. They have contested his shots.
1 for 4 from the floor. Smith, tough shot, making it look easy. What a night he's having. 15 already for Braden Smith.
He's going to have nights, though, where he's got it going for himself. And you look at a game like Corpus Christi where he's got 15 assists. He's one of the best point guards in the country.
Boulakidas spinning through traffic. Fades from the logo, and he hits the 2.
Those count because Jakari Harris is right there. Well, what a challenge for the freshman to draw an assignment like this in just his 3rd college game.
Jakari Harris. Freshman from Atlanta off to Braden Smith, who's clearly feeling it. The 3 won't go this time, and the rebound for Isaac Selisgar.
I thought he was trying to draw a foul. He kind of kicked that leg out. Good no call by the ref.
Feed inside, shot short this time, but the offensive rebound for Samson Alaton and a foul. That'll go on Kaufman-Renn, his first, and a timeout on the floor.
Braden Smith, 15 first-half points here. A lot of pick and roll. You jump over
SWB audio capture, not registered.
With the step-back jumper. That's pretty. And he's got this offense. Say that? But, you know, there's some people that didn't feel like he was that good of a player, which is crazy.
Can't play in the league.
Yeah, right. Well, that's been proven false already.
How about Alaton with 10 points already?
This is a weird box score right now.
Very strange.
You know, like Yale 1 for 9 from 3. Purdue is 5 of 12. Alaton just not aggressive the first 2 games. Tonight, different story. Already with a career high. We've still got 26 minutes of play. But the points in the paint, Yale 14-4. So the Bulldogs out-rebounding Purdue. 5 offensive rebounds. So just the three-pointer has really been the difference for the Boilers.
And 5 made 3s for Purdue, 1 made 3, 2 fouls. He'll feed to cutting Harris, who left it short, but Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Nice job by Jakari Harris of cutting with a purpose there. Got so many guys just cut to cut, but that was a scoring cut. Just curled that thing all the way.
And Wren there in case that one fell off, as it looked like it might. Here's Garam. Pulakidis
Play for Ohio State. Drive that thing baseline, and then it's misdirection. You're pinning your shooter in. It's really hard to guard.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Lid off the rim and finding it up from distance.
8 for Pulakidis. Just a 6-point game at Mackey. Braden Smith trying to get it to Kaufman Wren. There's a hold underneath. He couldn't get free. And that foul, I believe, on Isaac Seliskar.
They ran this play for John Diebel. You see the way Seliskar just turns as soon as Garam is heading towards that baseline. You're just pinning your guy back in. And if you fall asleep, even for an instant, and Purdue recognizing Harris was behind, still jumping out, didn't matter.
Nice pass fake by Lawyer, and he's able to get to the rim for 2. He's got 4.
He's just so crafty. Yeah. He's just, you look at him and you think, man, he's got to just be a shooter, but he's really good at going off the bounce and finding ways to score.
Caleb first with the bump in the open floor. That foul will send free throws up for Garam, a 1-and-1.
Garam looking a little woozy here off this first trying to hedge, and the crowd didn't like it, but clearly that's a foul easily. Got him with the body and with the elbow.
Garam to the line. First time tonight, front end, no good. He's 1 for 3 on the season, trying to track it down. It's Braden Smith.
His wingspan, it allows Braden Smith to rebound with much bigger players. You got First and Kaufman Wren in there, and Braden Smith's right there with him.
We saw him again on the opening night flirt with a triple-double.
He's getting that this year.
Yeah, he was so close 3 or 4 times a year ago. Lawyer will track that one down, and there's a foul on Garam. Number 2 on Garam.
Keith Kimball said, I've had enough of the chirping at not just each other, but at the refs. With Garam, 10 on the shot clock. Purdue getting into anything offensively there. It's not a good foul.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
A move to the bench. For a great weight on.
He hasn't played all that much here. Just a freshman. Nope. Only played 3 minutes at UIC.
Crossover by Braden Smith going to the left side. It won't go in, and the rebound ripped down by Malloy. There's Mbang in the open floor. The drop-off underneath. There's Mbang in the open floor. The drop-off underneath. Seliskar block. Gets it back. Can't get it to go. Malloy the rebound. Braithwaite will try from 3, and he'll hit right off the bench.
Wow. Comes in like the microwave there. The offensive glass paying off for Yale again. And this Bulldog team playing much faster than last year's iteration. So they're going to get out and look to be aggressive to run. Great job on the glass, and Braithwaite gets a wide open one off the offensive board.
Out rebounding Purdue now by 3 tonight. There's Braden Smith. First battling down low with Malloy. Lawyer with 7 to shoot. Runs that one in. Crafty.
That's not an easy shot. He's going off that wrong foot. Off his right foot with his right hand. That's very comfortable for Fletcher Lawyer.
Bang. Tough skip. Back to Braithwaite. He hit from the left side. Tries from the right. It won't go this time. Smith. Oh, hard bounce. Kaufman Wren slithers to the rim. And he'll go to the line for 1 more.
You know, it's an overreaction by Yale because Braden Smith has carved him in pick and roll. You look like you're going up to shoot this thing. You overcommit. That's a beautiful look to Trey Kaufman Wren. Taking some contact, and Trey Kaufman Wren.
So 2 now on Malloy and 2 on Garam for Yale. Cox and Lawyer each with 2 for Purdue as Kaufman Wren completes that 3-point play. It's been the go-to guy so far, along with Pulakidis. Here's Mbang, shot clock down to 10. Boulikitis from the elbow. Always looks off balance.
Miles
Good
Colvin
shot.
right there with him. That's a tough guard, too, because you've got ball screen offense swinging from side to side, and then a bit of floppy action for Boulikitis to pick either way.
Smith hesitates, then accelerates all the way to the rim. Kaufman-Renn in the corner. Lawyer turns around that screen. Ball tipped and taken away. Alaton another play. Up ahead to Mbang, and Mbang gets intentional foul. Yep, Colvin grabbed him on the way.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
More often than not, that's going to end up in something not great happening for your team. Turnovers have been an issue for Purdue, and for Miles Colvin, you just have to make a play on the ball. He just kind of wraps him up, and that's always going to be an intention.
2 shots for Mbang. 1 for 2 tonight. Colvin with his second foul there. They're looking for French fries. Oh yeah, back-to-back misses mean free food.
I am amazed at how that promotion has swept the nation. You go to an NBA game, you go to a college game, everybody has some variation of that. I love the sign in the student section just says fries.
Right. I believe that is the prize this year. I believe last year it was chicken.
It was chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. I believe this year it is French fries for the back-to-back misses, and then knocked out of bounds off the leg. How about that? The intentional foul turns into nothing.
No points. I want to pitch something about the 2 missed free throw promo. I want it to build. Like, I don't want it to just be fries. Like,
okay,
right
so
now you have fries.
So now you have fries.
But it happens again. Now you get, like, a combo.
Is it double or nothing, though? I mean,
no.
Okay,
no.
so you risk nothing.
They got to step up here.
Okay, so you're risking nothing in this.
No, but we can't take 15,000 of. Do you accept? Do you accept the risk? It's got to be on the company to do it. But keep the energy up. You know, that's got to be the goal.
Lawyer with 3. That'll keep the energy up.
Well, Yale's been content to go under, and with Fletcher Lawyer shooting 70% from 3 on the year, I would not advise for them to do that.
6th made 3 of the night for Purdue. And a 13
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Just lead of the night for the Boilermakers. Good. Fine, and Alaton will go to the line.
And Purdue was just never able to square up the ball handler. And that pass to Alaton, that's been there tonight. There you see it, and man, Mbang, you cannot go under like that. And then Purdue looking to square this up. He beats Trey Kaufman-Renn. If you're Kaufman-Renn there, your responsibility is to stop the basketball. You cannot get beat going left. Smith clearly never got back up underneath that. Really nice pass.
Coming up on the halftime show, presented by State Farm, Dave Revson, Rayfeld Davis, and Seth Davis. State Farm halftime coming up. Coming up. If your flag promotion could build all year.
Or that's an option as well.
And Smith with the rebound off the miss. Last game we had 3 consecutive missed free throws, so tonight we're playing for steak dinner.
Probably won't get to that, but
everybody gets a call.
You see my point, though, because after you get it once, then it kind of goes away.
Right.
It loses its luster.
Either that or you have to just give them fries every time it happens.
You get 10 fries.
You walk out
from 10
hey,
double
if you're
misses.
as a college student, would Robbie Hummel, the college student, have turned down 10 fries?
I'd sign up for that.
Would Robbie Hummel, the now broadcaster, turn down 10 fries?
Well, I'm going to try to be better this year. So, yes, I'm going to say that I will.
Thank goodness most of us play-by-play guys don't have your strength of character when it comes to fries. Don's probably deep in a bucket of fries right now watching this game.
I know that.
Mbang. The kick out, it goes to Simmons. Simmons into the paint, forces up a tough shot, and Casey Simmons good for 2.
That little weave puts a lot of pressure on you to contain the back.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
And that time it was Casey Simmons. That's what he's looking to do. He's an athlete. He wants to get to the rim.
They want him to take a big step this year. That's a guy they think needs to play a big role. 6'6" junior. Kaufman-Renn
You can see how strong Townsend is.
He's trying to
right
dislodge Townsend. He can't do it.
He moves most foremen.
Smith on the bounce to Kaufman-Renn, and Kaufman-Renn inside. A lot of contact, no foul. He gets it back and puts it up and in.
Well, he just stayed with that play. Allentown came over and contested that shot, but Kaufman-Renn never gave up on it. That's a heck of an effort.
And a good example of the strength he's added to himself this year.
And I think that little short roll is going to be there for him all year long, especially with Braden Smith drawing so much attention for himself. Good cut.
Nice cut and fine. Simmons on the feed from Townsend for 2.
That weak side just falls asleep. The post double comes over, and that means if you're a weak side help defender, you've got to be in that paint and to the basketball.
Purdue has the use it or lose it timeout if they want to use it. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Burgess. Back it goes to Smith. 5 to shoot. And it's taken away by Townsend. Long pass ahead to Simmons. Simmons runs to the rim for the two-hand flush.
Not an easy catch there. And off the turnover again. Yale just hanging around, only down 8 points. Matt Painter going to take that use it or lose it timeout. That was right on his fingertips, and Casey Simmons just corrals it and then shows off the bounce by going upstairs. Good high hands by Yale, both Mbang and Townsend. And there's that catch, and there's the bounce.
Well, that's why when you talk with this Yale coaching staff, they want to see more of that from him this year. They think it's in there. They just want him to turn the corner and make that next big step.
Yeah, that was kind of the thought at Northwestern, too.
Yeah.
You know, a kid that has a lot of
SWB
potential,
audio capture, not registered.
But there has never been a doubt that Casey Simmons is a big-time athlete.
Familiarity for Casey Simmons and C.J. Cox. They went to the same high school. Simmons is older, took a post-grad year at Milton.
Play against a guy in college that coached you.
No, that's very rare.
That is play against a guy in college that coached you.
No, that's very rare.
That is.
So 7.2 seconds remaining. Yale, if they foul, it's a 1-and-1, barring a shot in process. And it'll be Jakari Harris, cool inbound. Here's Braden Smith. Quick push ahead to Lawyer. 3 seconds. Lawyer gets a good look at 3 minutes. And what a way to end the half for the Boilermakers. The 3 from Lawyer makes it 45-34 at the break.
That's a masterclass in drawing up your best play you got. 7 seconds, have to go the length of the court. Purdue willing to throw it up there. You fake the handoff, and Fletcher Lawyer gets a great look from the top of the key.
And I think you'll hear this a lot this year. 27 combined for the backcourt for the Boilermakers as they lead by 11 at the break. 45-34, Fletcher Lawyer ending that half with a flourish. The 3 at the top of the key. Our State Farm halftime with Dave Revson, Rayfield Davis, and Seth Davis. Coming up, Purdue by 11 at the break.
Tough shot maker, tough kid, good size, can play off the bounce, is physical, can really shoot it. I mean, that Auburn game, his performance will go down with some of the best that Yale has seen.
Kaufman-Renn. Kaufman-Renn, 10 on the shot clock to Harris. Back it goes to Kaufman-Renn. He couldn't track it. Now 5 to shoot.
Gotta go.
The skip across court to Harris for 3. And the rebound for Grom.
It was a really good look, but on that pick and pop, Trey Kaufman-Renn, Yale didn't even guard him. You know, he's got to look at the rim. He has shot threes this season, 33% on the year. I know it's not the biggest strength of his game, but if they're going to disrespect you like that, you got to look at the rim.
Oh, poked free, and somehow Townsend able to secure it. Into the corner, Mbang. Here's Townsend back into the play, short on the shot, and Berg the rebound.
Well, Berg impacted that shot just by being there and going up with his size. Good decision there by Jakari Harris. Wasn't there, pull it out, run your stuff.
Smith will get him started with Mbang right on him. He goes past Mbang, tried to drop it to Berg. He wasn't ready for it. 5th turnover for Purdue. Numbers down a little bit in the turnover category. That'll be pleasing to Matt Painter. There's Pulakitis, right elbow jumper is good. He's starting to find his rhythm. He's got 12.
Well, he found that drop coverage, and much like the Purdue guards in the first half, just taking what the defense gives you. Berg's going to be back. The screen was good. He comes off. He's letting that thing fire.
There's Kaufman-Renn. Well, Smith, nice little crossover, gets to the rim, can't get it to go, and Alaton the rebound. Now Mbang will run. Doesn't have numbers,
SWB audio capture, not registered.
It was off. Townsend battling for the board, and it's out of bounds.
You can see how strong and physical Townsend is. He really displaced Berg there. Almost got another offensive rebound, second chance. But that's a shot that Yale's going to take. Good push by Mbang. That defense just goes with him. And he understood that the trail coming behind. Pulakitis got a great look.
Lawyer will enter it to Kaufman-Renn. Inside, that's aggressive. Good to see from Kaufman-Renn.
And finally for him, the double never came there. That right block, he might take you left to the middle, but you know what he wants to get back to that strong right hand. Good cut. With 2 at the rim. Looked like Purdue kind of had their signals crossed there. Yale at times tonight, they've raised that weak side and made it really tough to trap Townsend, just taking it to the rim.
The combination of Townsend and Alaton is going to be an interesting combo in the Ivy this year as Kaufman-Renn gets the float.
And that's going to be a way right there for Kaufman-Renn. If the post doubles are going to come, then that opportunity in ball screen action, that little short roll, and then he can either. Then that opportunity in ball screen action, that little short roll, and then he can either.
Here's Townsend trying to probe. The double comes. He's in trouble. 14 to shoot. Mbang. The curl, the kick, Pulakitis, the 3 is good in the right corner.
But Jakari Harris, man, that ball's coming towards you. And if you're on that side of the floor, ball's coming towards you, you got to start getting back towards your man, especially when it's John Pulakitis, the best shooter on the floor for Yale.
And 15 now for Pulakitis. He wastes no time getting that shot up. Smith on the drive, the dish to Kaufman-Renn through a lot of contact, and there's the whistle. Boy, I thought for sure Alaton got him early on that one.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Catch, and then immediately you go up with it. He allowed Alaton to get back into play by taking that extra 1-2. Yeah, you can see it's a high 5 at the top.
Different Kaufman-Renn approach though in this second half.
Yeah, and I like it. Honestly, that middle of the floor, whether it's middle post-ups like we saw with Zach Edey last year, or it's middle ball screens, you cannot bring that post double. That's certainly an adjustment that Purdue has made.
Harris will sit down as Kaufman-Renn's back at the line for one more into double figures with 10. 2 for 2 for Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Good sign to see him go 6 of 8 from the free throw line last game against Northern Kentucky. Perfect tonight. Pulakitis quickly against Colvin, gets to the logo, fades away, hits again. Tough shot maker, 17. He just gets to the body of Miles Colvin. Tough shot maker, 17. He just gets to the body of Miles Colvin, knocks him back just enough, and that pull-up, that's a quick trigger.
Naperville, Illinois, back in the Midwest and feeling good. Lawyer on the drive, down the right side of the lane. Alaton right there. Kaufman-Renn stays with it. Pivots it back out to Colvin. His 3 will fall.
That's a really good find. Great recognition by Trey Kaufman-Renn on that offensive rebound. Didn't like what he had at the rim. Saw a defender taking away a shooter, but had the top of the key. Great spray out to Miles Colvin.
Townsend, deep 2. Smith looking for the rebound. He's got it.
That was well done. You hard hedge, and that means Will Berg's got to be the guy that scissors. He got a good contest, and man, Will Berg's got to be the guy that scissors. He got a good contest, and man,
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Hard time taking care of the basketball all season.
Trying to find an answer again, down by 9. Nice cut, and a travel.
A little happy feet there by Garam.
He's trying to sell the no, I stopped. That will not change the call. It's going back the other way.
That's a great play. James Jones can really coach out of that timeout, downing up one of his backdoor plays, but the help by Caleb First coming over, and certainly that was in the back of the mind of Yassine Garam.
There's Colvin in the corner with Pulakidis out on him. 12 on the shot clock for Braden Smith. Around the Kaufman-Wren screen. He'll feed it to his big down low. Working against Townsend inside. He dislodged him, and he gets the 2.
Purdue's asking for a flop. Yale's asking for an offensive foul. Nobody's happy. Townsend, with as physical as he is, he went down like a ton of bricks.
There's Pulakidis. Loves to shoot around that curl. Out for 3 is Garam. It's short, and on the push is Braden Smith. Kaufman-Wren didn't get established yet.
They never landed, right?
Establish yourself into the front court. He did not, and it's a turnover. And again, this is an unforced error.
Yeah, you're just jumping to pass. You're running into a crowd, and he catches that before those feet get down. That's a good call.
The crowd's grumbling about it, but again, watch where the ball's in his hands. The feet aren't down yet.
Definitely beats him.
And then inside, Malloy and one.
Yale is just, they never go away. But the
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Built over the last 26 years. And this time it's Jack Malloy. Mbang getting to the rim. That help comes over. He drops it off.
Some coaches in the Twin Cities watching this game with vested interest. They've got Yale on Saturday on the Big Ten Network, and they are seeing what Yale's doing right now.
But Yale, they play people. They played at Kansas last year. They played at Gonzaga last season as well. This year at Purdue, Minnesota. It's hard for them to get. Obviously, high major opponents aren't going to play at Yale, but as good as they've been, they're never going to do that. So in order to get those quad 1 games, this has to be what Yale does.
There's Mbang, down 8, drops it off underneath to Malloy. Beautiful cut by Simmons.
Well, you got the physicality of Mbang, drops it off, and then Simmons, that's the second time tonight that we've seen him with a fabulous cut down to the middle of the lane.
And right back to a 6-point game again. Simmons with 8. A perfect 4 for 4 from the floor. Smith will launch. That 3 will fall. And that'll quiet the Yale run.
He's just gotten whatever he's wanted in pick and roll. Des Mbang, 2-time Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. Braden Smith has won that matchup tonight.
There's Simmons again. Kaufman-Wren will show on him. The throw up to Malloy, and now Pulakidis. Here we go. Mbang with 10 to shoot. Nice catch, rolling to the rim for 2. That's a nice play to Seliskar.
They really like Seliskar. That's got a lot of ability as a freshman, but that ball moves from side to side, 4 or 5 times. End the shot clock, they find a matchup they like, and they go to it.
Kaufman-Wren in the corner. Skip to Smith. And stepped on the sideline. We see it at least once a game in college basketball.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Now for Purdue.
It's not even close, really. I mean, almost an entire foot there.
So 4.5 after 4 in the first half for Purdue. Came in averaging 14.5 per game on this young season. There's Malloy back to Pulakidis. Contested 3.
Really difficult shot.
So hard.
He can make them, but you just feel like you can get better looks than that if you're Yale right now.
Here's C.J. Cox getting a good look at the rim and a chance for one more.
He came off that ball screen and just no one impacted him. C.J. Cox, that's a big-time play. Braden Smith getting a rest right here. Malloy never stops him. Mbang can't get back up underneath, and Cox gets it all the way to the rim.
Marshall at home on Big Ten Plus, and then Thanksgiving weekend in San Diego with you.
I will be there. But I think back to, how big of a deal it was when Coach Painter was first taking over this program for Purdue to beat Virginia in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. And that's not the Tony Bennett National Championship Virginia. It was a team that was solid, had good players. But, man, you're talking about beating Duke and Carolina and Villanova. The teams they've beat in November have been unbelievable.
Dunk under for Mbang to get to the rim for 2.
He's relentless getting to the rim, man. His physicality he plays with, and I know some of the turnover issues, James Jones hasn't loved it, but he's a guy that he wants to get to the rim, and he's more than capable.
Lawyer with 12, trying to get it going in this second half. Kaufman-Renn, good snare of that errant pass, and then his shot blocked with a foul. Isaac Celiscar got a piece of the ball, but also got a piece of Trey Kaufman-Renn, his second.
I thought Kaufman-Renn got fouled early on the dislodge.
Oh, they gave it to Malloy. You're right. They gave it to Malloy, his third.
I thought that kind of the dislodge that he had early in that play is where the foul was.
One more for Kaufman-Renn. That breaks a 3-for-3 streak at the line. Much better second half, though, for Trey Kaufman-Renn. 13 points now, 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
It was a good adjustment. Anytime he caught the ball on the block, Yale showing the ultimate respect, bringing that double team. So move him to the middle of the floor and let him make some plays in space. He's shown tonight.
SWB audio capture not registered.
This is both free throws, though. And Yale down by 8 with the ball.
This is where you got to chase Poulikitis. Miles Colvin going to have that assignment.
Mbang driving it all the way inside, and a foul is called.
Kaufman-Renn went down hard. He's grabbing his ankle.
Oh boy. He immediately went to that right ankle, writhing in pain. Oh boy.
Good to see him up.
Oh, good to see that.
Mbang again, just getting into that painted area. And from that angle, can't really see. This will show better here. He just gets a little tangled up there.
Yep.
Maybe didn't look like he rolled it, but maybe just that blunt force contact there.
Well, you worry if you're a Purdue fan about more blunt force contact to the leg of the player, because it was blunt force contact that broke the leg of Daniel Jacobson on Friday night. Appears to be okay. He's going to go to the bench for the moment and hopefully won't need much attention as Mbang delivers on both free throws. And once again, Yale just hanging around in this one, down by 6.
They've owned the paint in this game, which I know Zach Edey's no longer on the roster, but that hasn't happened to Purdue in like 3 years. They've just destroyed teams in the paint and on the glass.
36-20, Yale outscoring them in the paint. Here's Heide, got a great look for 3. Will that light a fire with Camden Heide?
He is more than capable, and certainly from that replace action, he's the guy that's raising behind with the ball screen. He's got to be ready to shoot, and right there he was.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Won't go. Rebound underneath by Alaton. Alaton to the rim for 2.
He is having the best game of his career here at Mackey Arena. He's been good on the glass. He's been good off dump downs. Samson Alaton, he's come to play tonight.
14 points and 6 rebounds for Alaton. Here's Lawyer. Working against Alaton, throws that one a little strong, and another rebound for Alaton.
I thought he had Cam Heide behind him again. Same type of action. This time Lawyer looking for his own offense.
Warm with Cox in front of him. 13 to shoot, needs a little help. Here's Casey Simmons. Poulikitis curls for 3. Strong.
Miles Colvin has done a nice job here. He's chased Poulikitis all over the floor, and he stayed with him.
Cox, the jab step goes to the right side for 2.
There's just some guys. I know what analytics say about mid-range jumpers, but C.J. Cox is one of those lucky few where it does not apply to him.
It's crazy. He wouldn't even be here if Matt Painter weren't recruiting a teammate of his. He was recruiting another kid, saw him, and then they played against each other in AAU Bowl. Picked up his huddle tape and said, oh yeah, I'll take that guy now.
It's crazy how some recruitments just work out, whether it's guys going other places and deciding to not come to your school. Here's C.J. Cox. Again, Garam going under, but you've got to meet him a little bit earlier in that play. You let him just come off there, he's going to score it.
That was perfect on the out of bounds, baseline out of bounds, right to Townsend for an easy 2.
Yale is so well coached, man. I've seen James Jones teams over the years, and every time I come away saying, man, they are a good program.
Here's Smith around the screen for 3. Rebound, Heidi, able to save it.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
On the offensive glass. He's got to find ways to impact games outside of his jumper.
Ooh, and there's a whistle and a foul. Mbang get caught up in the Wilberg screen, and he picks up the personal.
Mbang trying to stay with Braden Smith. He just runs right into Berg.
I'm going to take Berg in that one-on-one matchup when they collide. Berg at 7'2", 260. Mbang 6'4", 185.
Everything Mbang does, though, is 100 miles an hour.
Another look for Heidi. And another 3.
It was just a matter of time. But the roll and replace has been Cam Heidi's friend. And Yale taking away that roll and not able to find the replace guy.
There's Mbang trying to drop it underneath to Alaton. Mbang. Picked up again by Colvin.
Good switch there. Miles Colvin is having a nice defensive ball game.
There's Simmons on the curl, and that's a travel. Lost the handle as he came around. Let's go back to the Heidi 3. This is his second of the night.
This is certainly, with him playing the 4 now, and this is a little bit because of the Jacobson injury. You got roll and replace. Heidi fakes that little Spain screen, pops right out. Yale not handling it, and he's found 2 open looks top of the key tonight and drilled both of them.
Purdue 11 of 20 robbed from 3 tonight.
This is a team that is set up to shoot a lot of threes. There's no doubt. There'll be nights where they live and die by it.
Here's Cox.
The thing that's going to be different, though, is that the last couple years, the kind of saving grace has been the rebounding. I don't know if that's going to be there this year. Right on cue, Heidi was way up there for that.
And able to save it in play is Mbang. Mbang going with a Euro step against Smith. Can't get it to go. Mbang from the seat of his pants. Throws it to Braden.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
About not my Hollywood debut as Mario, 16 points, 3 for 4 from 3. That's way more excited than he's showing, I promise. Inside.
Dad's locked in.
Yeah.
Ramsey's always locked into these games.
Oh yeah. He'll be happy later.
Yes, no doubt. That's Mbang. You got to be careful around C.J. Cox because he can take the rock from you.
Now Mbang on a switch working against Heidi. Berg coming over to help out. The ball tipped out of bounds. Yeah, Colvin got a hand on that.
And the first couple games for Yale, man, their guards have been a little bit out of control. It's led to turnovers, and that easily could have happened right there.
And this will be a media timeout. So immediately we will step aside from Mackey.
Wow,
they're cool.
They've done a good job with those over the years.
Inbound coming for Yale. This is Nick Townsend, the handoff to Garam. Back it goes to Townsend. Or
Colvin chasing Poulikitis, and then Braden Smith not getting Colvin chasing Poulikitis, and then Braden Smith not getting fooled and not getting backdoored. I think this is the best I've seen. He has been locked in. Braden Smith maybe fooled a little bit early, but stayed in the play and was able to get a hand on that ball.
Townsend with the foul. Gives it back to Purdue. Just his first. Here's Colvin for 3. Left that short. And Berg had a hand on the rebound and a foul underneath against Alaton.
I thought since the Corpus Christi game, some of Miles Colvin's threes, though, have been super flat. They've been just laser beams to the rim. Credit Will Berg for keeping that play alive. He's got a size mismatch. I mean, Alaton, he's given up, what, a good 4 or 5 inches?
Yeah.
And now it gets even bigger with Nick Townsend.
Townsend, though, with a little more strength.
No question. He's been in the weight room.
Braden Smith, back it goes to Heide. He's hit a couple of threes. Smith has two. He'll try another one. Rolls off, no good, and the rebound for Garam.
I'd say though for Heide there, I'd like to see him be aggressive to drive that. They got to close out to take away the shot. Look to get to the rim.
Ulakitis, long three, rebounded by Mbang.
SWB audio captured, not registered.
Baseline for Selisko. With the handoff to Smith. Braden with 18 tonight inside the Berg and a foul.
We have seen a lot of roll and replace here in the second half. It's been all Heide at the top waiting on that jumper, and you've got Berg with his size rolling to the rim. Look at the way Berg just picking off help defenders. It's in the back of Yale's mind. Heide's made a couple shots, and now you're trying to get out to him. That allows the roll man to have opportunities at the rim.
And Berg 2 of 3 tonight at the foul line. And the first Purdue point of the night. The Boilermakers up by 13 again. Matching their largest lead of the night. Get the roll there. Still 13, the advantage. Does Yale have one more run in them? They've met each challenge tonight. Garam. Ulakitis extended in that right block. The skip across. Dangerous pass. 7 to shoot. Townsend. Shot fake. Drive inside. Heide waiting for him, and a blocking foul called on Camden Heide.
Camden Heide got to the spot, but he just never got set there, it was like, when trying to take that charge. Here you see just the way he's turning. You know, if you take that right to the chest, it's going to have a chance to be an offensive foul. Now, granted, the way the rules are now written, it's really hard. You've got to beat that foot down from the offensive player before they get to the floor. You've got to be set. But when
SWB audio captured, not registered.
He almost tried to lean in with his left shoulder.
I think he saw Nick Townsend like a fullback coming at me. I don't really want to feel that. Townsend, all of 6'7", 250. Man, look at the way he hit the floor there.
Yeah. Well, we saw Townsend dislodge Berg earlier.
Yeah, on that rebound. Just totally moved him, and Berg is not a small human being.
12-point ball game. 5:25 to play here in West Lafayette. More hoops to come when we're done here on the Big Ten Network. Trey Kaufman-Renn inside short. Rebound tipped around, and it's controlled by Garam. Garam, a tough pass. That's a good pickup by Selisko. Here's Garam, got the open three, and that one will fall. And a timeout taken by James Jones and Yale. They've cut it back to a single-digit deficit, 73-64.
Every time you think that Purdue is going to put this one away, certainly a missed opportunity. And Trey Kaufman-Renn, little floater doesn't go. Yale gets out and plays in transition. And Townsend with a really good read. One dribble, kicks that thing out. Garam has shot the ball well. Was not a good three-point shooter last season, but he is 4 of 5 on his season. Yale just continues to stay in this game.
And they've stayed in despite not really shooting the three well tonight.
And that would have been the thought that if they're gonna stay in or win, it's gonna be because, man, they've made 12 threes. But to think that they've won the points in the paint battle, I mean, it's 40-22. They have destroyed Purdue in the paint.
Well, you see, they are not afraid to travel. They went to Gonzaga, they went to Kansas. This year at Purdue, at the barn this weekend. Minnesota's going to have a big challenge coming up this week.
And this Yale team last year, they beat all
SWB audio captured, not registered.
This is a winning program. And honestly, the Ivy League has gotten off to quite the start this year. I mean, Princeton's going to be really good, but you know, Columbia getting the big win in Villanova. And a lot to like about Ivy League hoops and the way they do it. Man, I was blown away playing 3-on-3 with guys that played in the Ivy League. So when I was talking about training table, they were like, "What's training table?" And I was like, "Doesn't everybody have that?" You know, it just they don't treat it the same. It doesn't mean they can't play though.
Kaufman-Renn was tangled up underneath with Alaton as he received that pass. Third foul. Team foul number 8, so a 1-and-1 coming up for Trey Kaufman-Renn. Bonus coming his way. We talked about C.J. Cox earlier. There's an alternate universe in which C.J. Cox is maybe playing at Yale, or Princeton, or Columbia. The only offers he had were Ivy schools before Matt Painter found him and brought him to West Lafayette.
The free throw line is going to be important for Trey Kaufman-Renn this year. I mean, he's had some struggles there throughout his career, but he's going to draw plenty of fouls, and they're going to need him to cash in like he's done tonight.
5 of 7 now at the line for Trey Kaufman-Renn with a foul on Colvin, trying to stay with Pulakitis. Just the 15th foul.
Just gets caught up in that hand fighting there.
Oh, one thing about Pulakitis, he never stops moving.
No, I mean, and Colvin has chased him all over the floor tonight. He's got 17 points, but he's done it on 16 shots.
Long inbound to Alaton. Now it goes back the other way to Mbang. Left hand floater against Braden Smith
with the offhand right.
Yeah. SWB audio captured, not registered.
Big-time move from Bez Mbang.
Mbang now with 9. Smith drops it off Kaufman-Renn and a travel. Turnover back to Yale in a 75-66 game.
Shuffled his feet there. There's more of that middle pick and roll, though. They have gone to Trey Kaufman-Renn in that. Definitely took that third step.
The officials in the paint crew are not as convinced as you are. They may have bias.
Did they?
Yeah. And they got 3 fries tonight. Mbang for 3.
Great man. Purdue fortunate. They just got their signals crossed there. 2 go with the roll man. Nobody goes with Mbang.
Smith, tough fadeaway. Rims in and out, and the rebound ripped down by Garan. 5 on 4 if they hurry. The extra pass coming to Mbang in the corner, and it drops. That's a 3, and it's a 6-point game in West Lafayette.
But that play is made by Garan. Going up and getting that rebound, then taking it 94 feet. You got defenders all over the place trailing him, and he just sprays that thing.
Ooh, what a bone-crushing collision between Mbang and Colvin. And a blocking foul on to Yale right before the timeout.
It's a big call because it's Miles Colvin's 4th, but I don't really know what else you want him to do. Yeah, he moves because Bez Mbang runs into him as hard as he possibly can. But Miles Colvin can't believe it. I mean, he's set right there. And I don't know what else you can tell him. Like, that's just, to me, that's not a good call.
When you see the reaction from Miles Colvin, Matt Painter couldn't believe it either. And there were long conversations while you were away at the break. Didn't change a thing. It's still Yale ball.
Well, think about just the job that Colvin has done on Pulakitis defensively. You know, if he was to get his 5th here, that would be a massive call in the game.
Townsend at the top. Yale within 6. Mbang feeds it behind to Garan. 15 to shoot. A stumble, and that's a travel. And he may have hurt his left ankle. He is grimacing as he goes down and holding that left leg.
Garan flying off the handoff here, and oh man, he really turned his ankle. He's kind of jogging off the floor right now, a little gingerly, but man, that thing snapped over. Oh. You see the low tops, everybody wears them now. Man, hope he's taped.
Goodness. Kaufman-Renn, and we've got a foul away from the ball.
Nick Townsend can't hide it, just kind of cleared out there. That's the 2nd time, though. Interesting to watch going forward for Purdue. Inverted pick and roll. Braden Smith setting it. Trey Kaufman-Renn is the handler. They ran it earlier in the 2nd half here, and that was that play again.
Front end of the 1-and-1 for Heidi is good. It feels like something you could see more of. They certainly are capable of doing it.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
The craziest thing they've ever seen. Like,
Right.
wait, I have to hedge this? All right, you know, it's not, they're not used to it. Much like bigs aren't used to guarding the handler. Oh, wow.
Oh, my. Smith picks the pocket. Sloppy pass by Townsend, and Smith made him pay.
That was like Grand Theft Alvarado out of the Pelicans right there. That was incredible.
And in the blink of an eye, it's a 10-point game. Here's Poulikitis. Picked up on the switch by Heidi. 9 to shoot. Tough pass. Townsend with the finish.
That pass was perfect over the top. You got Townsend being fronted.
Oh, and a foul on Mbang trying to make a play. Instead, he commits his 3rd personal foul and the 10th team foul, which means 2 free throws on the other end. Boy, watch Smith again, though, on this play a moment ago, right on the baseline.
He's just hiding out. And you see Jose Alvarado for the Pelicans do this all the time, where he just kind of lingers there and then makes a play on the ball. That's a big-time play.
Did you notice he used the official at first,
Yeah,
like sort of sneaking behind the official?
Whatever it takes. And leave it all on the field. Leave the water boy used to say that.
Would you put your pants on one leg at a time there? And Bang will work it up. Known to give 110% at least. Townsend. 4-3 in the corner. Mbang, no. Rebound. Another one for Alaton. He'll take it back up. Dumps it underneath to Simmons for 2. Boy, has Alaton played a whale of a game tonight.
Whatever happens tonight, Purdue is going to have to be way, way better on the glass Friday.
Rebounded by 3 tonight by Yale.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
And Trey Kaufman-Renn headed to the line after Mbang picks up his 4th.
Never going to doubt Mbang's effort there. He's just trying to steal a charge. It's a good call by the ref there. And there's another Trey Kaufman-Renn. That little invert there.
Kaufman-Renn's played an excellent second half tonight. 10 of his 15 in the second half, gets the real kind home roll there. 11 of 16 now in the second half for Trey Kaufman-Renn after the quiet first half. Really came out of the locker room, made an emphasis to get him going.
And Purdue made an emphasis. You know, certainly he's been more assertive, but they've put him in much better spots with the way Yale was guarding to get him to be successful. But if Purdue's going to be the team they want to be this year, they need Trey Kaufman-Renn in this 16-point range.
Good to see Garam back out there after rolling that ankle. They're going to need him moving forward. Poulikitis lost it on the way up, tipped out of bounds, and it'll belong. Hold on. It will belong to Yale. They're going to go look at this to confirm. Initial call on the court was Purdue ball.
It looked like Kaufman-Renn just got the ball. It was knocked out of bounds. We'll see here on this replay. It's active hands. Again, Miles Colvin right there. Yeah, that's definitely Yale ball.
Yale's going to end up with that basketball after a very quick review. Trying to speak a quick review into existence.
I respect the hustle there.
10-point lead for Purdue, trying to hang on before that big date with Alabama.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
This place is going to be on fire.
It is. That's a tough matchup.
It is. And Mark Sears, a lead player.
It'll be Yale ball. They opted away from the microphone.
This is Keith Kimball's time, man. They've been practicing and stuff.
Keith Kimball was all over the opportunity, and he just turned it down. Yep, another look at it, and an easy call to make upon review. 11 to shoot, 1:33 on the game clock. Now 12 to shoot. block. Count the bucket and a foul. Nick Townsend going to the line for one more.
They were telling us at shoot-around today that there's no one tougher on this team than Nick Townsend. He's made such strides. He gets Cam Heide just in a bad spot there. He can really score it around the rim with both hands. Rolls on Heide, keeps his head to the rim, and now an opportunity for three.
We've seen him shoot a couple of threes tonight. That's something they're expecting him to do as the year goes along. Stretch the floor, shoot more from range.
Well, and also put it on the floor. You know, you close out to him, he can drive that thing.
Simmons will come back in as Garam sits down. C.J. Cox returns for Miles Colvin. Lawyer kickball. Townsend's foot sends it out of bounds. .90 seconds to go in this one. A 7-point lead for Purdue.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Yeah, well, just because, I mean, the way Yale has hung in there.
Yep.
It's just not gone away. It's been really resilient tonight.
Inbound again for Fletcher Lawyer. Coming to the corner to Braden Smith. Now back over to Cox. Fouled immediately. Oh, Mbeng wanted to travel. Didn't get it. And Mbeng's gone. Fifth foul on the two-time Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. And his night comes to a close.
Braden Smith, he's being trapped. He leaves his feet to pass. Boy, that could have very easily been a travel there. C.J. Cox got a little bit of the happy feet there when he caught the basketball.
Mbeng did not use the paint crew and try to throw off the free throw attempt.
The sixth defender of the free throw there.
Cox misses strong with that free throw. Colvin back in. Lawyer will leave. Colvin in to defend Poulikitis.
I've been really impressed with the job he's done, but I would not have thought that of all the guards on Purdue's roster that you would be saying Miles Colvin in to defend Poulikitis. And that's a credit to the job he's done tonight, because he's locked in, been in the stance, and guarded his tail off.
He's made it a rough night for Poulikitis. Looking right up in his face. No breathing room at all. Now picked up on a switch by Kaufman-Renn. Poulikitis going to work. There's Simmons in the corner.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
It's going to be called on the floor. It'll go against the Boilermakers. It'll go on Camden Heide. Eighth team foul, so a 1-on-1 coming up for Townsend.
They got Heide for undercutting Townsend. He'd left his feet. Heide's still blocking him out.
Lawyer checking in, and Colvin will leave. I'm surprised they let Lawyer check in. They'd already given it.
He was late to the table.
And the front end, no good. And the rebound for Cox, fouled by Alaton, his fourth. Purdue is a team 17 of 22 at the line.
At the line for Purdue, shooting 2 is C.J. Cox.
Cox 2 for 3. He's got 8 tonight. More now of his first double-figure game of his young college career.
To think the first of many.
Yeah.
What a diamond in the rough to find him so late in his senior year and be able to bring a guy in that can be a secondary ball handler, can make a play off the bounce, can obviously shoot the rock and will really guard you too. And on top of that is a great kid by all accounts.
Credit to Matt Painter knowing what his program needs and finding those guys anyway. Pulakidis, step back three against Heidi, and he hits.
It's a big-time shot. And Heidi is right there.
You give him even a
SWB audio capture, not registered.
And a timeout taken by Purdue. 86-79, Yale hanging around with 51 seconds to go.
And Miles Coleman's done a great job, but it's not like Cam Heidi doesn't have size to defend Pulakidis either. You contest the shot, you live with it. That's just better offense. Oh, you've got to extend this game out. And if you're Purdue in that huddle, you're obviously going over press break, but it's passing and catching, meeting your pass, all the fundamental things that need to happen to break pressure.
And Lawyer will inbound to Cox.
The coffin corner down there. Oh boy.
That trap tipped around and in the hands of Lawyer. What a lucky carom for the Boilermakers.
But you look at where C.J. Cox caught that. And that's why you want to start your guards closer to half court to give them some room when they catch the ball. He was in a bad place to catch that thing. And you got the sideline, you got two defenders, then you jump to pass. And just by the luck of the bounce there, that ends up in the hands of Fletcher Lawyer.
Ends up with the fifth foul of Alaton, so the very big and successful athletic post is done. 14 points, 7 rebounds tonight for Alaton.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Two performances.
Lawyer with his first made free throw.
I'm disappointed in the paint crew.
I know.
Alaton timed that perfectly.
These are Yale guys. I mean, they're learning.
Well, we've seen other people do it, and the paint crews restrain themselves, but they yelled while Fletcher Lawyer shot.
But Lawyer, a veteran of many paint crew opportunities, calmly hits both free throws.
Nice to have a flame like that, not be affected with your jumper.
Tough pass. Towns unfortunate to keep it in players. Pulakidis with Kaufman out to help. Now on the switch. He'll shoot over Kaufman. Tough shot, and he hits it again. Good grief. He's got 23, and the degree of difficulty keeps climbing the scale.
He did it to Auburn. The shots he made last year in the NCAA tournament that carried Yale into that game. He did it even in the, you look at the conference championship game last year against Brown. Big shots. The moment's not too big for him. He takes and makes tough ones. I mean, Trey Kaufman-Renn is right there. You tip your cap. I said it on the last shot, it was better offense. That's the same story there.
23 tonight for Pulakidis. Yale fans having a little fun. 88-82, 32 seconds to go in this second half. The Boilermakers trying to hang on to these streaks. 19 straight home wins, 23 straight November wins, 37 straight wins overall in the non-conference.
Well, their schedule this non-conference is going to test all of those.
Yep.
Alabama on Friday, a neutral site game with Auburn, who we saw beat Houston over the weekend. And then certainly, going up to Marquette, that's not
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Veterans as well.
Yale's now outscored Purdue 48-24 in the paint. And there's those games you were talking about, Rob. A lot of tough tasks.
A&M with the way they rebound, it's going to test this iteration of Purdue. Right now, this is not the Purdue rebounding team we've seen of the last 3 years.
They've struggled on the glass. You see the numbers rebounding-wise. Offensive rebounds, 11-5 in favor of Yale. And a tip of the cap to Samson Alaton. He provided a large punch in that rebounding game.
But it was from the jump.
Yep.
I mean, and that was the rebounding. That was also just the way he impacted the game, scoring immediately. And the crazy thing is, I feel like Purdue's done a good job on John Pulakidis, but you're looking at his box score, and he's 50% from the field, has knocked down 5 threes, and has 23 points.
6-point game. Lawyer tipped out and almost kept in play by Garam. Very close to coming up with the turnover. Yale out of timeouts. Purdue has a pair.
But now, You obviously can't run the baseline. No. You're like inbounding this from the coffin corner. Garam wanted to take a look at this. But didn't Garam hit it out of bounds or like run out of bounds?
They don't have any timeouts. Is this just their attempt to steal a timeout?
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he hits it out of
touched it
bounds.
last. Yep. Yeah, Garam's the last to touch it. Had he not chased it down, you'd have a pretty good argument.
Yeah, you'd say maybe that deflects off Braden Smith's hand.
Right there, maybe, but clearly right there, he's still inbounds.
Yeah, and that ball never.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Well, if nothing else, they stole a
It looked like Garam was just like, yeah, it was worth a try.
Yeah. Oh, well. So now the inbound, as you were saying, Rob, tough spot to inbound, and nobody's moving over there. The lawyer, in it comes to C.J. Cox, who's fouled immediately.
Yeah, Purdue really cleared out those guards, and then C.J. Cox had a lot of space to operate there to get himself open.
But shows a lot of faith in the freshman. Purdue's very content to make sure he gets the ball in a foul situation.
Came into the game 0%, obviously on low volume, but he is 4 of 5 from the line tonight.
Purdue by 7 with 29 seconds left. Tonight, Purdue has hit 11 threes and gone 22 of 27 at the line. It's a 7-point game.
It's just jarring to see the rebounding numbers and the points in the paint numbers, because those are categories that Purdue has been so dominant.
It was a foregone conclusion for years they would win that. Garam all the way to the rim, goes right by Cox for 2.
The Jets right there. He just turned it on and blew right by him.
Inbound immediately, Colvin is fouled. And Miles Colvin will go to the line for the first time this year. Lakitis with his third personal.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
At the line for Purdue, shooting 2, Miles Colvin.
So Colvin to the line for 2.
Yes, sir.
A 2-possession game.
So appropriate for the way this game has gone, right? Yale has never been put away.
Colvin 1 for 2, his first made free throw of the year. Garam with 20 seconds to go. Hop up the floor, Garam drive to the rim, reverse, won't go, rebound Heidi, a foul, and with 14.8 seconds to go, Heidi will try to close. Getting ready to go. You can watch it on the Fox Sports app and actually watch tip-off right here. Boston University at UCLA. Pauley Pavilion. Ellen John Wooden Court. Tip controlled by the Bruins. They are underway. You can see that on the Fox Sports app. We'll get you there as soon as we're done here at Mackey Arena. So one more for Heidi after the miss. 1 for 2, 92-84. Here's Garam. Pulakitis. 8 seconds left. Pulakitis on the drive to the rim. No. Rebound knocked loose. Scooped up by Colvin. Stripped away. And that'll do it.